Today, we're diving into the top 10 countries with the biggest militaries in the world. But we're not just counting soldiers, oh no, we're looking at everything. Size, budget, firepower, and just how much cash is stacked behind every tank. Because yeah, having a military today isn't just about lots of well-trained soldiers, it's about lots of zeros in the defense budget. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a ranking that's worth billions of dollars. Number 10. Brazil. Starting strong with the South American giant. Brazil isn't just samba, carnival, and football, it also has one of the largest militaries in the world, with around 360,000 active personnel, and about 1.3 million reservists. And while you don't often see Brazil making headlines for war, their military budget tops $22 billion a year, according to SciPri. That's enough for a few nuclear submarines, which, by the way, they're developing. Their focus is mostly on territorial defense and patrolling their massive borders and coastline, but they're also investing in modernization, slow and steady, and expensive. Number 9. Pakistan. Now we're getting into the more intense heavyweights. Pakistan has over 640,000 active troops and close to 500,000 reservists. But what's really interesting is that, despite a struggling economy, they still spend around $11 billion a year on their military. Their GDP might not impress, but their arsenal includes ballistic missiles and nuclear weapons. And of course, there's that forever tense relationship with their neighbor, India. This isn't just defense spending, it's deterrence spending, because when your neighbor has aircraft carriers and over 1 billion people, you'd better stay strapped. Number 8. Japan. Japan has one of the strongest economies on the planet, but after World War II, it adopted a pacifist constitution. Still, their self-defense forces are anything but symbolic. With around 250,000 active personnel, what really stands out is their budget, a whopping $54 billion a year. Pacifist? Sure. Heavily armed? Also yes. Japan has been ramping up its military power in recent years, mainly due to China's growing strength and North Korea's nuclear antics. Their Navy and Air Force are world-class, and their tech is among the most advanced anywhere. All that, wrapped up in a polite Japanese smile. Number 7. South Korea. No surprises here. South Korea has a neighbor to the north that, let's just say, isn't super chill. That's why they maintain 550,000 active troops, have mandatory military service, and spend around $46 billion a year on defense. South Korea invests heavily in military tech, cybersecurity, and missile defense systems. Plus, they've got the backup of the United States, just in case things go sideways. Bottom line, South Korea stays ready. Number 6. France. France isn't just wine, perfume, and philosophers, they've also got one of the most powerful militaries in Europe. With 205,000 active soldiers, what they lack in numbers they make up for in tech, global reach, and nuclear weapons. They spend around $52 billion a year on defense and are involved in military operations across Africa, the Middle East, and wherever muscle needs to be shown. They've got aircraft carriers, nuclear subs, and a highly developed military-industrial complex. Because yeah, being a global power takes more than just the Eiffel Tower. Number 5. United Kingdom. The British might not have an empire anymore, but their military still packs a punch. With around 195,000 active personnel, the UK maintains rapid deployment capabilities, a modern fleet, nuclear weapons, and key alliances like NATO, plus that oh-so-special relationship with the US. They spend over $68 billion a year on defense, according to SciPri. Their Air Force and Navy are highly specialized, and they also run one of the most active intelligence agencies in the world. Because yeah, spying isn't cheap. Number 4. India, back to South Asia, this time with a true giant. India has over 1.4 million active troops and more than 1 million reservists, an absolutely massive force. And with a military budget exceeding $83 billion a year, it ranks as the 4th largest defense spender globally. India invests in missiles, aviation, homegrown weapons, and key alliances, all while managing tensions with China, Pakistan, and some internal conflicts too. Oh, and yes, they've got nukes, because when there's a regional arms race, India's not sitting on the sidelines. Number 3. Russia. Now we get to one of the biggest headline makers. Russia has around 1 million active soldiers, over 2 million reservists, and an official military budget of about $109 billion a year. Since the invasion of Ukraine, defense spending has spiked, and while their economy isn't among the largest, their military industry is a national priority. They've got thousands of tanks, planes, hypersonic missiles, and the largest nuclear arsenal on the planet. But between sanctions, propaganda, and conflict, it's important to separate hard data from smoke and mirrors. Number 2, China. Now comes the Asian giant, with numbers that'll make your head spin. China has over 2 million active soldiers, making it the largest military by personnel in the world. On top of that, around 500,000 reservists, plus a paramilitary force that adds even more muscle. But the real jaw-dropper? The budget approximately $290 billion a year, according to Cypri's latest report. What do they buy with that? Everything. Aircraft carriers, 5th-gen fighter jets, hypersonic missiles, satellites, drones, tanks, submarines, space stations, and probably a killer robot or two they haven't shown us yet. China's modernizing its military at a breakneck pace, aiming to go toe-to-toe with the US in military tech and strategy. They've got big plans in the Indo-Pacific, Taiwan, and pretty much anywhere they want. All very organized, very disciplined, and very expensive. Number 1, United States. And in the top spot, no surprise here, the United States, the most powerful, most expensive, and most globalized military on Earth, with 1.3 million active-duty troops and more than 800,000 reservists. What really sets the US apart isn't manpower, it's the monstrous budget, over $860 billion a year. Yep, you heard right, $860 billion. That's more than the entire GDP of many medium-sized countries. It's also more than the combined military spending of the next 10 countries on this list. What do they spend it on? Everything. Over 750 military bases around the world, a navy that looks ready for an alien invasion, the largest and most expensive air force, and a defense industry that builds everything from aircraft carriers to laser weapons. The US doesn't just have a military, it has a massive military-industrial complex that employs millions and fuels a huge chunk of its economy. So there you have it, the 10 countries with the biggest, most expensive, and most formidable armed forces on the planet. As you can see, military power isn't just about having more troops, it's about having more zeros on the budget, even if that sometimes means cutting back on health or education. Hey, every country's got its priorities. If you liked this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. See you in the next one.